Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Vietnamese ebook before it's gone.
Want to speak real Vietnamese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at Vietnamesepod101.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Vietnamese Pod 101. My name is Linh. Xin chào các bạn, tôi là Linh. Rất vui được gặp lại các bạn ngày hôm nay. Okay, so I don't know, but a lot of people ask me to do a video about how to flirt someone in Vietnamese. I wouldn't say flirt because it sounds so a little bit over. So I would say how to make friends or how to ask someone to go out, or how to say something that make the other person feel like you have a feeling for them. Okay, so actually there are plenty of ways to say it in Vietnamese, because Vietnamese is not like English. We don't have the same specific sentence to speak to someone else. So instead, each person will have a very different way to express their opinion or their feeling. But still, there are some very common or very famous sentences which are so popular on TV or social network. So because of that, today I'd like to talk about 10 sentences that you may need, or it may be helpful for you when you want to show someone that you like them. Okay? So now let's start. Okay, number one I like to say is em đẹp lắm, or em xinh lắm. So that means you are very beautiful or you are very pretty. So that is slightly different. Normally we would say, Miss Vietnam this year is very beautiful. So that in that sentence, in that situation, we would say đẹp, because that means she's physically and mentally beautiful. So we say đẹp. But in general, if someone is looking good and she's cute or she's pretty, so you can say em xinh lắm. Okay, so let's practice. Em đẹp lắm. Em đẹp lắm. Em xinh lắm. Em xinh lắm. Okay, so please notice a little bit about the tone mark, because it will decide your pronunciation. It will decide how good your pronunciation is. So if the tone mark is going up, and you have to say a little bit stronger and a little bit sharp. But if the tone mark is going down, so you should say it gently and try to bend the voice or the sound a little bit down. Okay, so again, em đẹp lắm. Em đẹp lắm. Em xinh lắm. Em xinh lắm. Okay, so if you want to give compliment to women for the first time, or just for a few times after you met, you can just easily say em đẹp lắm or em xinh lắm, because everybody wants to hear that, right? Okay, so that is a very best way to start a conversation, or to talk with someone else that you haven't met before. Alright, number two, if you want to give compliment but in an indirect way, you can just say anh thích của em. So for example, anh thích nụ cười của em. I like your smile. Anh thích nụ cười của em. Anh thích nụ cười của em. Or instead of using nụ cười, you can use another noun like anh thích mùi nước hoa của em. I like your perfume. Or anh thích đôi mắt của em. I like your eyes. So remember one more time, anh here is for you, for men, okay? Talking with a woman. And em is the word that we use for a woman who is younger than you. So if you are a man, you just say anh thích nụ cười của em. But if you are a woman, then you must say em thích nụ cười của anh. Okay? Alright, so I really like when someone say that they like something about me because it means they really care about me and they notice small things on my face or on my appearance. So that's why I feel really, really good. And if someone just keep giving you compliment like that every day, then I think that they have something for you. They have some feeling for you, isn't it? Okay, so now after giving compliment, what will you do? Would you like to ask her to go out or would you like to ask her for a movie? So you can say in Vietnamese, em có thích đi xem phim không? Em có thích đi xem phim không? Em có thích đi xem phim không? Okay, so this means, do you like to go out for a movie? If you are a man, then you can say like that. But don't worry, if you're a woman, you can say anh có thích đi xem phim không? Okay, so this one you can use to ask someone to go out with you. And instead of using đi xem phim, you can use something else like đi chơi. Em có thích đi chơi không? Đi du lịch. Em có thích đi du lịch không? Okay, and after that if they say yes, vâng, of course, then you can keep asking or keep planning. It's like em có thích đi xem phim không? Có. Vậy thì tối mai em có rảnh không? Tối mai em có rảnh không? Like that means, so are you free tomorrow night? Okay, so let's practice. Em có thích đi xem phim không? Cũng có. Vậy thì tối mai em có rảnh không? Okay. Alright, number 4, I like to share something is very, very popular recently is because this is a name of a song and actually we hear it everywhere in Vietnam. This is a song talking about a girl who is who is having a crush on a man and she keeps asking, where is your house? Why are you just running around my mind or my heart all the time? So this song's name is Anh nhà ở đâu thế? Anh nhà ở đâu thế? Anh nhà ở đâu thế? That means where is your house? But actually in Vietnamese the word nhà, there is another meaning, means my husband or my wife. Nhà tôi means my husband or my wife. So I think it's really smart to use this word because it will be two meanings. First, anh nhà ở đâu thế means where is your house, and number two, anh nhà ở đâu thế means where is my husband. So that's literally means they're having some feeling for each other. So if you use this one, if you ask this one to a man, anh nhà ở đâu thế, that means you really like him and you want to know where he lives. Or if you post something on Facebook, anh nhà ở đâu thế, and you post a picture of the man, then it will be like you like this guy. Okay? So, anh nhà ở đâu thế? Alright, number 5, I'd like to share a short conversation. So, for example, anh thích chó hay thích mèo? Anh thích mèo. Còn em thì thích anh. Okay, so that means do you like cats or dogs? And the other one says I like cats, and then I would say, and I like you, just like that. So recently this one is a little bit popular, but I think for young people only because it sounds so childish. But it's cute actually, it's not really over or something. Okay, so if you ask someone like what do you like, dogs or cats? I like dogs. Okay, then I like you. That is very cute and very lovely. And if someone asked me like that, I would laugh immediately. But I would say that he's very cute to say that. Okay, so try again. Anh thích chó hay thích mèo? Anh thích mèo. Còn em thì thích anh. Okay, next one, I want to share something that you can post on Facebook. I don't really know how to explain because it's really hard. Okay, so for example, if you like someone and you really like his eyes, and you want to share something on Facebook, but you don't really mention the man, then you can say uống nhầm một ánh mắt, cơn say theo cả đời. Uống nhầm một ánh mắt, cơn say theo cả đời. So it's like you fall in love with his eyes and you are drunk forever, something like that. Okay, it's like you drink something and you get drunk, and something here is his eyes. Okay, so actually this one we don't really say directly to the person that we like, but you can post it on Facebook, and then if the person reads it, then maybe or he will text you or he will ask you to ask about the status. So uống nhầm một ánh mắt, cơn say theo cả đời. Okay, number 7. Cuộc sống là một vòng tròn, trốn mà không kỹ là còn gặp anh. Cuộc sống là một vòng tròn, trốn mà không kỹ là còn gặp anh. Okay, so actually this one I cannot translate because it's like a poem and it has the rhythm. So if you want to understand in English, that means life is a circle, and if you don't hide carefully, you still see me. Okay, so this one you can use it on Facebook or social network as well, because when you say it out with someone that you like, it's a little bit long, and it's just too much. It's just too over to express that to someone, unless you were very close together and you want to make the other person laugh in a positive way. Okay, so this one you can post on your social network, and if you want to tell someone indirectly, then you can say that, and it sounds very cute. Okay, next one I'd like to share is if you want to send a heart to someone's, like you want to send heart for his status, or you want to send a heart for his video or his picture, then you can say thả tim. Thả tim, that means you drop a heart. Thả tim. Okay, so this one is very easy and very common. You can say anywhere, you can write anywhere and with anyone or in any situations. It means you love what they say, or you like what they show, or you like what they post. That's it. Thả tim. Thả tim. Okay, so it's been a while. You gave compliment to the person, you asked them out, and you send love and heart, and now maybe you are together already. So if you travel together, you can post something on Facebook. It could be a picture of yours, it could be a video, and if you want to say something like you are traveling, you can say đưa nhau đi trốn. Đưa nhau đi trốn. So that means you are hiding together. It's like urban getaway. Đưa nhau đi trốn. So this is the name of a song, of a very famous song recently. That means two people, a couple, they traveled and they want to get out of the city and everything. So it's like they are hiding somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so đưa nhau đi trốn. Okay, so I think I will stop here because I've shared quite much, and I'm not sure if you guys can apply it immediately, but just spend a little bit time in every sentences and to know where exactly you can use it, because this is not really nice if you use it in the wrong situation or in a not suitable case. Okay, so there's something that you can say directly to the person, but there's something that is better if you write it down, because in Vietnamese we don't really share our feeling directly. It just like, maybe now it's more open-minded, but I don't know, maybe I'm too old for that, I don't know. I don't know how young people show their feeling nowadays, because for me, I would prefer some things like actions. So, but still, if you hear something like this, it will be very, very nice, and they will give yourself like a happy day. Who knows, right? Okay, so I hope that you will like the video and you find it useful. You can use it immediately, and let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to suggest any topics, just let me know. Okay, thank you so much for watching the video, and see you in the next one. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
Xin chào, tôi là Huyền. Tết Dương lịch diễn ra vào ngày đầu tiên của năm, là một trong những ngày lễ quan trọng của nhiều dân tộc trên thế giới. Qua quá trình lịch sử, Tết Dương lịch đã được Việt hóa và trở thành một ngày nghỉ lễ chính thức được nhà nước công nhận tại Việt Nam. Trong bài học này, chúng ta sẽ cùng tìm hiểu xem người Việt Nam ăn mừng Tết Dương lịch như thế nào và liệu có khác gì với các nước phương Tây hay không nhé. Bạn có biết trong tiếng Việt, Tết Dương lịch còn được gọi với cái tên nào khác không? Chúng tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án vào phần cuối video này. Tết Dương lịch không phải là một ngày lễ truyền thống từ xưa, mà được du nhập từ nước ngoài, nên trong ngày này, người Việt Nam không có phong tục nấu hay ăn món ăn đặc biệt nào. Mọi người thường tranh thủ dịp này để tổ chức ăn uống, sum họp gia đình hay gặp mặt bạn bè. Khoảng thời gian từ buổi chiều ngày 31 tháng 12, các trung tâm thương mại và đường phố nhộn nhịp hơn hẳn. Giới trẻ thường tụ họp cùng đi ăn, đi chơi, đi xem phim, rồi sau đó cùng chờ đón thời khắc chuyển giao giữa năm cũ và năm mới. Vào thời khắc đó, mọi người sẽ cùng tham gia đếm ngược từ 10 đến 0 để cùng hò reo đón chào năm mới. Trong những năm gần đây, hãng bia nổi tiếng Heineken đã thường xuyên tài trợ và tổ chức lễ đếm ngược hết sức thành công với hệ thống âm thanh và ánh sáng hoành tráng tại thủ đô Hà Nội và thành phố Hồ Chí Minh. Trong sự kiện này, có rất nhiều ca sĩ và DJ nổi tiếng được mời đến biểu diễn, tạo nên một bầu không khí rất sôi động. Khi đồng hồ điểm 0 giờ, pháo hoa sẽ được bắn từ những vị trí trung tâm và mọi người sẽ cùng hô to, chúc mừng năm mới. Vào mỗi năm, nhà nước Việt Nam đều quy định địa điểm và số lượng pháo hoa được bắn khác nhau. Thường các thành phố lớn như Hà Nội, thành phố Hồ Chí Minh, Đà Nẵng sẽ được chọn và số lượng pháo hoa bắn ra sẽ ít hơn so với dịp Tết âm lịch. Vào ngày này, người dân thường đổ ra đường rất đông, nên bạn có thể nhìn thấy cảnh tượng hàng nghìn xe máy cũng như người đi bộ di chuyển chậm chạp về hướng vị trí bắn pháo hoa. Và bây giờ, tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án của câu đố đã nêu ra lúc trước. Bạn có biết, trong tiếng Việt, Tết Dương lịch còn được gọi với cái tên nào khác không? Tết Dương lịch còn có tên khác, đó là Tết Tây, vì phong tục nghỉ lễ này được bắt nguồn từ thời kỳ Pháp thuộc, khi lịch của người phương Tây bắt đầu được du nhập và sử dụng tại Việt Nam. Bài học này thế nào? Các bạn đã học được nhiều điều thú vị chứ? Ở đất nước bạn, mọi người chào mừng năm mới như thế nào? Hãy để lại ý kiến cho chúng tôi tại vietnamesepod101.com. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào bài học tiếp theo nhé!
Hey everyone, welcome to the monthly review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is, can busy people actually learn a language? You yourself probably have an answer to this question, right? But whether you can or can't actually has a bit more to do with your mindset than anything else. And in this guide, you'll discover, 1, is it possible for busy people to learn a language and the mindset needed? 2. Mental bandwidth, the one thing that can make or break your language goals. And 3. 5 mindset tricks to make time for language. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Talking Online PDF cheat sheet. Learn the must-know internet slang and all the internet-related vocab and phrases in your target language with this PDF cheat sheet. And second, the 40 words and phrases for ordering food writing workbook. With this free resource, you'll pick up must-know words and phrases for the restaurant and practice writing them out as well. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Can busy people actually learn a language? Part 1. Is it possible for busy people to learn a language and the mindset needed? So, can busy people actually learn a language? What do you think? Leave us a comment and let us know. As much as we want to say yes, it's more of a yes or no depending on the person. Why yes? Yes, because many of our members are busy and are learning with our system. And some of you who are watching also fall into this camp. But it also depends on the person because it's more of a mindset thing. Either you think you have time or you don't. For example, many of our members fall into the group of can learn and can find the time, even if they're busy. If you're busy and still want to learn, if you look around, you can always find 5 or 10 minutes a day, like on a commute. Now, if your mindset is the opposite, if you think you can't learn a language or you don't have time, you won't even try, even if you had a resource that was proven to work. Part 2. Mental bandwidth, the one thing that can make or break your language goals. And if you think about it, if you had all the time in the world but felt like you couldn't learn a language, you wouldn't try either. Again, this is why it comes down to the mindset and why it all depends on each individual person. Either you think you can or you think you can't. But it may not always be this black and white either. It can also depend on your mental bandwidth too. Think back to your school days, those few days before exams. It got really busy and you had to stop everything to study, right? You were probably thinking, if I can just get through studying this week and take the test, then next week I can finally start relaxing and doing other things. And if someone asked you if you wanted to hang out, you would say no, because you're busy. But chances are you still managed to spend at least 30 minutes on YouTube or social media. Meaning you did have some time, even if you were busy. But the test was occupying your mind and taking up all that bandwidth. So it's also possible that we just don't have the mental bandwidth because we're overwhelmed. And this is a genuine reason for not being able to learn when you're busy. Don't worry, in the next part, we'll show you how to get some bandwidth so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Part 3. 5 mindset tricks to make time for language. So if you've gotten this far, you understand that it is possible to start learning a language, even if you're busy, that you can find the time, but it mostly comes down to your mindset. So how can you develop the mindset? So when you're too busy, it feels like you're overwhelmed and like you don't have control of your time. Well, there are a few things you can do to gain some control of your time, have some breathing room, and learn a bit of language. First, always set small, measurable goals. This is something that we talk a lot about here. For example, learn for 10, 15, or 20 minutes every day. Learn 100 words in 1 month, which means learning 3 to 4 words a day. And the mindset behind this is just being realistic with your goals and what you can do. Because if you're busy, you may not have 1 or 2 hours. And this is a strict rule, especially when starting out with new goals and languages. Always stick to small, measurable goals. Second, lowering your goals and expectations is okay when things get super busy. If you couldn't learn all 100 words for the month and only got up to 40 or 60, that's okay. If you tried learning on Monday and Tuesday but skipped Wednesday and Thursday, that's okay. Sometimes you have to shift priorities, and prioritizing things is a secret to a successful life. You may not get to the goal you wanted to achieve today, but you can get to it next week. Third, it's okay to put language on pause if life gets in the way. Just like with that last point, you can always come back and reach your goal a little later. We often see learners put language on pause, come back later. Some even come back years later. But the key is to come back. Fourth, avoid the all-or-nothing mindset at all costs. And an all-or-nothing mindset is something you'll see in beginners and perfectionists. When you have this mindset, you'll say, language learning requires hours, so there's no point in learning for a few minutes today. But something is better than nothing, and even 5 to 10 minutes of review adds up in the grand scheme. And in the grand scheme, it's more important to be consistent, even if it's just for a minute a day, rather than study for hours once a week. The brain just doesn't work that way. Fifth, do you have a slowdown or relaxing routine that you do on the weekends or whenever you have free time? And if you didn't do it, you'd feel overwhelmed? Leave us a comment and let us know what it is. For some, it could be reading, watching TV, or going to a cafe and doing nothing for a bit. You're there on your own, you don't have much to do in front of you, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes. And if you're settled, you start feeling in control. And that's the point you have some mental bandwidth. You can start doing some time management and plan your week out. You can put in a few minutes of language learning. But if you don't slow down and if you feel overwhelmed, you could have the easiest possible way to learn a language. And you still wouldn't do it. So, back to you. If you were busy, do you think you'd be able to learn a language? Leave us a comment. So, thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Do you record yourself speaking your target language? If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye!
Want to speak real Vietnamese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at Vietnamesepod101.com.
Xin chào! Chào các bạn, tôi là Linh, rất vui được gặp lại các bạn. Hello everyone, my name is Ling and welcome back to Vietnamesepod101.com, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. In this video today, I'm going to show you how to tell about your country's names as well as your nationality. It's very easy, trust me, because unlike English, you will have to remember 2 words, right, for countries and nationality. But in Vietnamese, you only have to remember 1 word for the country names. That's fine. So let's find out how easy it is. Bạn từ đâu tới? Bạn từ đâu tới? Bạn từ đâu tới? But also you will hear bạn từ đâu đến? Bạn từ đâu đến? Alright, so this means where are you from or where do you come from, like that. You can say this one with also Vietnamese people, but of course you will only hear which province or which city they come from. Not country, because of course they're from Vietnam, right? So bạn từ đâu tới? Bạn từ đâu đến? Okay? Bạn là người nước nào? Bạn là người nước nào? Bạn là người nước nào? So this means what is your nationality? Or it literally means you are the person of what country? Bạn là người nước nào? In Vietnamese, we have the word nationality, which is quốc tịch. But we would not ask people about nationality that way because it's not so common, and also it sounds a little bit unnatural. That's it. So you can easily say bạn là người nước nào. That means what is your nationality, or from what country you were born. That's it. If you want to say that you're from America, you can say tôi đến từ Mỹ. Tôi đến từ Mỹ. Tôi đến từ Mỹ. Tôi là người Mỹ. Tôi là người Mỹ. Mỹ is America and người is a person. So người Mỹ is American. And let's talk about grammar a little bit. You will see tôi here is a subject, which is I. Là here is the verb, which is to be verb. And người Mỹ means American. So tôi là người Mỹ. Tôi là người Mỹ. So basically a sentence structure is a little bit similar with English. It's just about the word order sometimes is a little bit different. But for some basics and short sentences like that, it's similar with English. One more thing, you will see we will not have America and American like in English. Instead, we only use one word, Mỹ. So if you want to talk about the country, then you can put the word nước before Mỹ. Nước Mỹ, that is America. And người before Mỹ. Người Mỹ, that is American. Easy, right? Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the other countries. For example, if you come from Germany, then you can say tôi là người Đức. Tôi là người Đức. Or tôi đến từ Đức. Tôi đến từ Đức. Ý. Ý. Brazil. Brazil. Anh. Anh. Trung Quốc. Trung Quốc. Nhật. Nhật. Hàn Quốc. Hàn Quốc. Pháp. Pháp. Philippines. Philippines. Mexico. Mexico. Thái. Thái. Nam Phi. Nam Phi. Phần Lan. Phần Lan. Bulgaria. Bulgaria. Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ. Thổ Nhĩ Kỳ. Bồ Đào Nha. Bồ Đào Nha. Pakistan. Pakistan. Nga. Nga. Na Uy. Na Uy. Hà Lan. Hà Lan. Đan Mạch. Đan Mạch. Rumani. Rumani. Séc. Séc. Indonesia. 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 Ấn Độ. Ấn Độ. Thụy Điển. Thụy Điển. Hungary. 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 Hy Lạp. Hy Lạp. Úc. Úc. Canada, 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 Kenya, Kenya, Ai Cập, Ai Cập, Iran, Iran, Iran. That is for the lesson today. I hope you like it, and I hope that you can find your country in the list of the countries that I mentioned before. Don't forget that if you want to speak and to learn Vietnamese in the fastest, easiest, and most fun way, go to VietnamesePod101.com and sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Get our complete learning program with real lessons and real teachers. See you and have a nice day. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.
Xin chào, tôi là Huyền. Tại Việt Nam, mặc dù không phải là ngày nghỉ chính thức, nhưng Giáng sinh được coi như một ngày lễ chung, được tổ chức vào tối ngày 24 và kéo sang ngày 25 tháng 12. Trong bài học này, chúng ta sẽ cùng khám phá các hoạt động của người Việt Nam trong ngày Giáng sinh tại Việt Nam như thế nào nhé. Bạn có biết câu chúc dành cho Giáng sinh người Việt Nam hay dùng là gì không? Chúng tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án vào phần cuối video này. Trước Giáng sinh, hay còn gọi là Noel khoảng một tuần, các khu trung tâm thương mại và khách sạn lớn đã bắt đầu trang hoàng với những cây thông và hình nộm ông già Noel cùng các chú tuần lộc để thu hút sự chú ý của người dân. Đường phố trong ngày này cũng được thắp sáng và trang trí bằng nhiều ánh đèn màu sắc. Vào ngày Giáng sinh, những gia đình theo Công giáo sẽ chuẩn bị tham dự thánh lễ tại thánh đường giáo xứ của mình. Các nhà thờ được trang trí với đèn điện lung linh để đón giáo dân vào đêm ngày 24. Mặc dù phần lớn người Việt Nam theo đạo Phật, nhưng với xu hướng hội nhập quốc tế thì những năm trở lại đây, Giáng sinh đã trở thành lễ hội văn hóa được nhiều người chào đón. Đặc biệt là giới trẻ, ngay cả những người không theo Công giáo cũng háo hức chuẩn bị quà tặng cho bạn bè và người thân trong ngày lễ này. Các đôi trai gái và các nhóm bạn bè sau khi đi ăn, đi chơi, chụp ảnh với cây thông, người tuyết lớn thì thường đến nhà thờ xem giáo dân làm lễ để cảm nhận không khí của ngày Noel một cách trọn vẹn. Sẽ rất thiếu sót nếu không nhắc đến nhân vật quen thuộc trong ngày lễ này, đó là ông già Noel. Các công ty nước ngoài tại Việt Nam thường thuê người đóng vai ông già Noel để tham gia biểu diễn trong bữa tiệc Giáng sinh dành cho các nhân viên cùng gia đình của họ. Ngoài ra, ông già Noel cũng xuất hiện thân thiện và chụp ảnh cùng các em bé tại các trung tâm giải trí lớn. Trong một tuần lễ trước ngày Giáng sinh, dịch vụ ông già Noel, cô gái tuyết hay bà già Noel chuyển phát quà cũng được mọi người sử dụng rất nhiều. Bạn sẽ gặp rất nhiều ông già Noel mang quà đi phát, nhưng không ngồi trên xe kéo của các chú tuần lộc hay đi ô tô mà lại tự lái xe máy. Và bây giờ, tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án của câu đố đã nêu ra lúc trước. Bạn có biết câu chúc dành cho Giáng sinh người Việt hay dùng là gì không? Câu chúc thường được in trên các tấm thiệp Giáng sinh bằng tiếng Việt là chúc Giáng sinh an lành, lời chúc bằng tiếng Anh Merry Christmas, hoặc câu chúc Giáng sinh vui vẻ và ấm áp, cũng thường được người Việt Nam dùng đến. Bài học này thế nào? Các bạn đã học được nhiều điều thú vị chứ? Ở nước bạn, mọi người có tổ chức Giáng sinh không? Hãy để lại ý kiến cho chúng tôi tại VietnamesePod101.com. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào bài học tiếp theo nhé!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So, click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And how to speak more of your target language. Since you're learning the language, then you're very much aware of the importance of speaking, which can be easy if you're an extrovert or hard if you're an introvert. So, how can you speak more if you're on the shy side? Keep watching this month's episode. You'll discover Who learns faster, extroverts or introverts? Why learning a language can help you become more extroverted, and 5 ways to speak more, even if you're an introvert. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Sport and Exercise Conversation Cheat Sheet. Want to talk about fitness in your target language? You'll learn over 50 words and phrases for sports and exercise with this brand new cheat sheet. Second, the 40 words and phrases for ordering food writing workbook. With this free resource, you'll pick up must-know words and phrases for the restaurant and practice writing them out as well. Third, the top 12 April Fool's phrases. Want to be able to say some outrageous phrases in your target language for April Fool's Day? Then you'll want this April Fool's phrase list. Fourth, can you talk about your bones in your target language? Learn how to say words like skull, ribs, spine, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. Fifth, 20 must-know jewelry vocabulary. Do you know how to say earrings or necklace in your target language? If you don't, then this vocab lesson is for you. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? And how to speak more of your target language. Part 1. Do extroverts or introverts learn languages faster? If you've ever wondered whether introverts or extroverts learn the language faster, there have been studies done on this. And as you'd expect, extroverts do have an advantage when it comes to speaking and overall conversational skills. Of course, these studies didn't take into account mistakes you may make, such as grammar, vocab, etc. And introverts? Introverts tend to observe and listen more, and tend to be better listeners. Do you agree with these findings? Leave a comment. So the key takeaway is they each have their own advantages. One has something that the other lacks. And that makes sense, doesn't it? If you speak less, your speaking skills will be weaker. And if you want to just speak a lot, you get good at speaking but miss out on the other skills, like listening and reading. So unfortunately, you can't really say who learns faster based on personality alone, just that each one has their advantages and disadvantages. But personality aside, success with a language will always depend on your attitude towards learning itself and how much time you put in. The person that has a better chance of becoming fluent will always be the one that puts in more time to learn, practice, get feedback, adjust with the feedback, and not so much about whether they're extroverted or introverted. But what if you're an introvert who wants to be able to speak more? Is there a way to become more extroverted? Part 2. How to speak more, even if you're an introvert. There are ways to become more extroverted, at least more than your usual self. How? Well, first, by learning a language. When you learn a language, you have a natural desire to connect with native speakers, even if you're shy. Also, native speakers tend to be very supportive and welcoming when you're trying to learn their language. So even if you're shy, it's kind of hard to stay shy in the long run when the people you speak with are so encouraging. In your native language, even if you know a million ways to start a conversation, you might not try to speak to someone because you're worried about whether you have something clever to say or the timing or some other social aspect. But in another language, where you may only know a few phrases, you're not bogged down by that. You just do the best you can with the few phrases you have. Plus, learning a language alone gives you a chance to reinvent yourself. To learn another language is to acquire another soul, as the quote goes. So, learning a language alone puts you on a path towards becoming more extroverted. But if you want specific tips, here are 5 ways to speak more, even if you're an introvert. Number 1. Learn how to listen like an introvert. How can this help you to speak more? Introverts tend to listen more, and the better listener you become, the better questions you can ask, which results in a more meaningful conversation, which also means more speaking time for you. So you can speak more, even if you consider yourself an introvert, by listening well and asking relevant and pertinent questions. By the way, if you want to learn how to ask questions, then check out our top 25 questions you need to know, where you'll learn all about what to ask and answer regarding the most common conversational questions. Number 2, increase speaking time and confidence through experience. Simply put, the more experiences you have in life or experience with certain topics, the more knowledgeable you become. And as your life or work experiences grow, so will your audience. You'll find people coming to you to talk to you. It could be about business, travel, or just your own life stories. If a conversation is about France, and if you've been to France, the conversation will gravitate towards you. Having all that experience makes things easy for you as an introvert. People will come to you, so you don't have to find them. For a language learner, the tricks are to 1. Be knowledgeable about something, and 2. Be able to talk about your experience in the target language. Number 3. Find the right audience. Imagine talking to someone that's not interested in learning languages. They'll give you 100 reasons why they can't learn, never reasons why it might work out for them, right? But when you're talking to an audience that's interested in languages, then you can have a conversation that could go on for hours. So find the right audience to share with. With language learning, it means you need to find native speakers that share the same hobbies or interests as you. Number 4, talk about what you know best. The introvert-extrovert dynamic also depends on how much you know about a topic and what you're most comfortable with. There are topics you may not know enough about, so you won't talk as much. But even the biggest introvert can become a confident speaker once you touch upon a topic they know well. That's where they shine. So if your goal is to be more extroverted, then focus on the things you know about. Or you can always gain experience in topics you don't know much about so you can speak more. Number 5, create opportunities to speak. How? Well, it's hard to stop a stranger and start talking with them without any context, right? But what if you need help finding something at a store, or have a question about a dish at a restaurant? Then it's much easier since you're there with a purpose. So you can create these opportunities by going to a restaurant from the country that speaks your target language and speaking with the staff, or asking a taxi driver a question, or asking staff at an information booth a question. So to recap, if you want to speak more, even if you're an introvert, 1. Listen like an introvert. 2. Increase speaking time and confidence through experience. 3. Find the right audience. 4. Talk about what you know best. And 5. Create opportunities to speak. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how tipping points will bring you closer to your language goals. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye!
Xin chào, tôi là Huyền. Tết cổ truyền là dịp lễ quan trọng nhất trong năm của người Việt Nam, diễn ra từ ngày 28 tháng Chạp đến ngày mùng 3 tháng Giêng theo âm lịch. Nếu cộng thêm các ngày lễ cuối tuần liền trước và sau đó, số ngày nghỉ trong dịp này có thể từ 7 đến 10 ngày và thường rơi vào cuối tháng 1, đầu tháng 2 dương lịch. Trong bài học này, tôi sẽ giới thiệu đến các bạn một số nét đặc trưng của ngày Tết Việt Nam. Vào ngày Tết, người Việt Nam thường hay ăn món ăn gì đặc biệt? Chúng tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án vào phần cuối video này. Trong những ngày giáp Tết, nhà nhà đều bận rộn mua sắm, chuẩn bị cho dịp lễ trọng đại này. Các gia đình thường sắp xếp, sửa sang lại nhà cửa sao cho gọn gàng, ấm cúng và sẽ trang trí phòng khách bằng các loài hoa, cây biểu tượng cho ngày Tết Việt Nam như hoa mai, hoa đào, quất. Các thành viên trong gia đình sẽ sum họp đông đủ trong bữa tối tất niên. Trước đó, các gia đình thường đã chuẩn bị 2 mâm cỗ để cúng gia tiên và thần linh thổ địa vào lúc 0 giờ sáng mùng 1. Vào đúng thời khắc giao thừa, pháo hoa sẽ được bắn lên từ trung tâm thành phố. Những người dân ở đó sẽ lên nơi cao nhất của các tòa nhà để ngắm pháo hoa. Còn những người ở xa hơn thì thường đến địa điểm bắn pháo từ trước đó nhiều giờ để chiếm được vị trí đẹp hoặc có thể xem trực tiếp từ TV. Sau khi pháo hoa kết thúc, nhiều người sẽ đi hái cành lá non từ chùa về để lấy may về nhà. Tục lệ này gọi là hái lộc. Sang ngày đầu tiên của năm mới, người Việt Nam có phong tục chúc Tết. Con cháu sẽ chúc Tết ông bà, bố mẹ, và người lớn thì thường mừng tuổi, tức tặng tiền để trong phong bì lì xì màu đỏ cho trẻ nhỏ và chúc. Hay ăn chóng lớn, vâng lời cha mẹ. Người ta thường hay nói chúc mừng năm mới hoặc chúc vạn sự như ý trong dịp này. Ngoài đến chúc Tết những người họ hàng thân thiết, mọi người còn đi lễ chùa và những ngày sau đó, người ta thường đến nhà hàng xóm, bạn bè chúc Tết và gặp gỡ, ăn uống. Người Việt tin rằng người đầu tiên bước vào nhà trong ngày mùng 1 Tết chính là người quyết định đem lại sự may mắn hoặc xui xẻo cho gia đình ấy trong cả năm. Người xông đất phải là người có tuổi âm lịch, hợp tuổi của chủ nhà. Và bây giờ, tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án của câu đố đã nêu ra lúc trước. Vào ngày Tết, người Việt Nam thường hay ăn món ăn gì đặc biệt? Trong rất nhiều món ăn ngày Tết, bánh chưng và xôi gấc là hai món ăn đặc biệt không thể thiếu khi mỗi dịp Tết đến. Ngoài ra, gà luộc, giò lụa và nem rán cũng là những món được bày trên mâm cỗ trong dịp lễ này. Bài học này thế nào? Các bạn đã học được nhiều điều thú vị chứ? Ở nước bạn có sử dụng lịch âm hay không? Hãy để lại ý kiến cho chúng tôi tại vietnamesepod101.com. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào bài học tiếp theo nhé! Xin chào, tôi là Huyền. Ngày Quốc khánh Việt Nam rơi vào mùng 2 tháng 9 hàng năm. Như chúng ta đều biết, đây là ngày hết sức quan trọng đối với mỗi quốc gia, đánh dấu sự kiện lịch sử hoặc sự khai sinh của một đất nước. Trong bài này, chúng ta sẽ tìm hiểu về lịch sử và các hoạt động kỷ niệm ngày Quốc khánh tại Việt Nam. Ngày mùng 2 tháng 9 cũng là ngày mất của một người có vai trò quan trọng trong lịch sử Việt Nam. Bạn có biết đó là ai không? Chúng tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án vào phần cuối video này. Vào ngày mùng 2 tháng 9 năm 1945, Chủ tịch Hồ Chí Minh đã đọc bản tuyên ngôn độc lập trong cuộc meeting được tổ chức tại Quảng trường Ba Đình, Hà Nội. Trong bản tuyên ngôn, Chủ tịch Hồ Chí Minh đã tuyên bố về sự ra đời của nước Việt Nam Dân Chủ Cộng Hòa với nhân dân Việt Nam và thế giới. Các buổi lễ kỷ niệm Quốc khánh thường được tổ chức trọng thể tại các đại sứ quán Việt Nam ở nhiều nước trên thế giới. Các quan chức ngoại giao thuộc những nước sở tại cũng được mời đến dự lễ kỷ niệm nhằm thắt chặt quan hệ giữa hai nước. Trong ngày này, chính phủ Việt Nam cũng nhận được nhiều lời chúc từ các nhà chức trách từ các quốc gia khác. Đây là ngày nghỉ lễ chính thức, nên các công nhân viên chức, học sinh, sinh viên đều được nghỉ. Một số công ty còn tổ chức cho nhân viên đi du lịch tập thể. Các lễ hội bơi, đua thuyền, đua ghe cũng được tổ chức tại nhiều địa phương, thu hút rất nhiều người tham gia. Để chào mừng ngày Quốc khánh, tất cả các hộ gia đình, cửa hàng và trung tâm mua bán, mọi nơi đều treo lá cờ đỏ sao vàng, đường phố sẽ ngập tràn sắc cờ và những biểu ngữ. Một số cuộc meeting cũng sẽ được tổ chức tại các địa điểm trung tâm thành phố lớn. Và bây giờ, tôi sẽ cho bạn biết đáp án của câu đố đã nêu ra lúc trước. Ngày mùng 2 tháng 9 cũng là ngày mất của một người có vai trò quan trọng trong lịch sử Việt Nam. Bạn có biết đó là ai không? Đó là ngày mất của Chủ tịch Hồ Chí Minh. Ông ra đi vào năm 1969, hưởng thọ 79 tuổi. Bài học này thế nào? Các bạn đã học được nhiều điều thú vị chứ? Ngày Quốc khánh ở đất nước bạn được tổ chức như thế nào? Hãy để lại ý kiến cho chúng tôi tại vietnamesepod101.com. Hẹn gặp lại các bạn vào bài học tiếp theo nhé!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to learn a language in 2022. If you're planning to learn a language in 2022, then this episode is for you, especially if you want to finally succeed with your New Year's resolution, instead of failing or giving up in the next week or two. That's why today you'll discover 1. the 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language, and 2, how to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. But first, if you're looking for some free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Using Opposites Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new cheat sheet, you'll learn common opposite adjectives like near and far, hot and cold, and grammar rules on how to use these words in a sentence. Second, the How to Say Goodbye PDF Writing Workbook. With this printable PDF, you'll pick up some common parting greetings and be able to practice writing them out. Third, can you talk about cars in your target language? Learn how to say words like tire, windshield, headlights, and more with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, must know words and phrases for public transportation. Learn how to say ticket, bus, train, and much more with this quick 1-minute lesson. Fifth, the 10 habits of highly effective language learners. Wondering which habits will help you succeed with language learning? Then check out this free lesson. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to learn a language in 2022. Part 1. The 4 critical steps you need to take when learning a new language. Every time you start a new language, you should start with 1. Goals, 2. Anchor points, 3. Grammar, 4. Reading. What are these 4 steps, and why do you need them to succeed with language learning? Let's jump in. The first one is goals. Everything starts with a goal, but your goal itself can also lead you to failure if you don't set it the right way. So more specifically, you need to set small, measurable monthly goals instead of just, I want to learn a language and be fluent this year. We'll cover goals in the second part of this episode, so stay tuned. After goals, the second step is setting anchor points. What are anchor points? Imagine a small ship in the middle of a big lake. It's windy, lots of waves, and the ship is bobbing up and down, drifting all around. What would you use to stop the ship from drifting away? An anchor. And just like an anchor keeps the ship in place, anchor points keep you from drifting away from your language. So an anchor point is a connection to the language that keeps you attached to the language and motivated to learn the language. One great example is language school. Imagine you signed up and paid thousands of dollars up front. Paying that much would motivate you to make the most of your time there. It's also a big commitment, one that you can't easily back out of. And school dictates your schedule. You have to wake up early, you have to do homework. Your life revolves around the classes. And as such, language school and the language itself become anchor points that your life revolves around. Anchor points can also be family or a partner that speaks the language you're learning. You're around them, you're exposed to the language, so your motivation to learn gets a bit stronger. Buying a language learning program or textbook are also examples of good anchor points. You invested your hard-earned money, which means you're serious about learning. Plus, you want to make sure your investment doesn't go to waste, so you're more motivated. If you're wondering if you have any anchor points, you already have at least one. You're watching our lessons on YouTube. But the more anchor points you have, the stronger your motivation will be. So if you're into music or TV shows in your target language, those can serve as anchor points too. These are things that connect you to the language and add a bit of motivation to learn more, or at the very least, understand what you're watching or listening to. We covered goals and anchor points. What's next? The third step is you must have a good grasp of grammar of your native language. Now, you might wonder, if you're learning a new language, why focus on your native language? Well, as native speakers, the problem is we know what good grammar sounds like, but we can't explain how or why our language works the way it works. So if you don't have a good grasp of grammar, the backbone or the rules of a language, then you'll have a tough time learning a new language. You'll jump in and start learning words and phrases, but you'll never learn how to put them together and make sentences. That's a common problem beginners have. Now, if you already know the grammar of your native language, how do you apply that to your target language? For example, if you're an English speaker, and if you know that English sentences follow the subject, verb, object pattern, and if you know that languages have specific sentence patterns, then you'd go look at patterns. Then, you'd have a good idea of how to create your own sentences, instead of learning random words first. Finally, the fourth step is reading. Reading is good simply because you can do it anywhere, anytime, and without a teacher. It's a skill you can get started on day one, on your own. Reading also tends to spill over into other areas. The more you read, the more words and grammar rules you come across, so you boost your vocabulary and grammar, which can seep into speaking and listening. If you read out loud, you're practicing two skills at once. Now, we've covered what you need: goals, anchor points, reading, and grammar. Setting anchor points, knowing your own grammar, and reading are simple enough, but how do you set goals that don't lead you to failure? Part 2. How to set goals and New Year's resolutions that won't fail you in 2022. The goal that you set can make or break your language learning journey, so setting the right goals makes all the difference between success and failure. Just think about all of the common New Year's resolutions. What comes to mind? Goals like, I want to be fluent someday. I want to speak the language. I want to lose weight. I want to save more money. These big, vague goals often lead to failure because you simply have no idea how to approach the goal and you don't know what you're aiming for. Instead, your goals should be small, measurable, and monthly. For example, speak 1 minute of conversation by the end of the month. Learn 100 words by the end of the month. Finish Chapter 1 of your language textbook by the end of the month. If you're using our program, finish 20 audio lessons by the end of the month. All of these are small and specific. 1 minute, 100 words, 1 chapter, 20 audio lessons. This means that they're easy to reach, unlike something vague like fluency. They're also measurable. You know when you reach 1 minute. You can check if you know all 100 words or if you finished all 20 lessons. If you aim for fluency, you won't know when you hit it. It's too vague and too big of a goal, and it may take years to hit. Finally, all of these goals have a deadline, the end of the month. That would mean January 31st of this year. Deadlines give you a clear date to aim for, and without one, you'll forever be floating around without much progress. So set a deadline for the end of every month. So now that you know how to set small, measurable monthly goals, leave us a comment. What's your small, measurable monthly goal, and what's the deadline? So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Vietnamese ebook before it's gone.